Welcome to Recaps. Today we'll be doing the recap of Season 1 Spy X Family. Ostania intends to start a full-scale war with Westalis due to the ongoing conflict. The Westalis intelligence agency plans to send Twilight, its top-secret agent, to Ostania in order to clear up Ostania's wicked tricks. It is an Operation Strix in which Twilight is tasked with investigating the seditious conduct of Donovan Desmond, the leader of the National Unity Party of Ostania, who secretly jeopardizes the ceasefire between the East and West. Twilight needs to have a family to be close to Desmond because he seldom appears in public and only does so during events conducted at the elite private school his son attends. After arriving in Ostania, Twilight gets a family apartment and covers his identity by adopting the name Lloyd Forger with the occupation of a psychiatrist. Forger visits an orphanage and adopts Anya, a little girl, but he is unaware that Anya is a telepath. Forger takes Anya to the apartment and brings her some academic books to help Anya prepare for the admission exam to the elite private school, but Anya doesn't appear eager to study. Once Forger leaves the apartment to meet a spy friend, Anya approaches Forger's spy device and sends a transmission signal to the Ostania intelligence agency, provoking them to catch Twilight. Anya intends to keep her mind-reading skill a secret because of the fear that Forger would kick her out and adopt another child if she informs him about it. When Forger returns to the apartment, he finds members of the Ostanian intelligence agency have already broken in. Forger quickly defeats them and rushes to Anya's room, where he finds that Anya has been kidnapped. He disguises himself as one of the people who had come to kidnap Anya and tricks the other party to save Anya successfully. Later, Anya takes the admission test for the elite private school and using her telepathy, passes the test, much to Forger's relief. After passing the admission exam, Twilight will have to find a wife since he cannot attend the interview as a single parent. At Berlin Hall, a young woman named Yor Breyer is ostracized by her coworkers for being single. Her colleague Camilla invites her to her party this weekend, where everyone is coming with their partner, so Yor is concerned. At home, Yor receives a call from her brother Yuri. Yuri is worried about her being alone, so Yor fabricates having a partner and attending Camilla's party with her boyfriend. Yuri then tells her he will question one of his friends who is also attending Camilla's party about her boyfriend. Yor remains in shock. Before the weekend arrives, she needs a boyfriend. A little while later, Yor gets a call from a total stranger asking her to meet with a customer at the Royal Hotel. Following the order, Yor approaches the Royal Hotel where her actual identity is revealed as one of the world's most dangerous assassins with the codename Born Princess. She murders the customer violently and then cleans her hands of the blood. Forger is searching through the profiles of all the Berlin single ladies to find a suitable wife. He brings Anya to a tailor to get outfits that make her appear as though she attends an elite private school. While Forger is at the tailor's, Yor shows up. By looking at her, Forger recalls her name from the single woman's records he had previously checked. Forger sees Yor as the perfect option as a fake wife because she has a spotless past, only a younger brother, and deceased parents. Forger converses with Yor while praising her attractiveness. Anya comes and uses telepathy to read Yor's thoughts, knowing that she is an assassin. Yor asks Forger to act as her boyfriend, and he demands her to be his wife to help him get Anya admitted to the school. They both agree and decide to support one another. When Forger is required to attend Camilla's party as Yor's boyfriend, he becomes caught up in his mission and is running late. Yor is about to leave the party when she learns that Forger won't show up, but suddenly he emerges, soaked in blood, and hastily announces himself as Yor's husband rather than her boyfriend. As a psychiatrist, he justifies the blood as a patient's act of violation. Yor's marital status is misunderstood, and Forger has already made an impression on everyone with his words. The only way to clear up the misconception in front of Yuri is to get a 1-year contract marriage. After becoming lawfully wed with Forger, Yor settles in with Forger and Anya. Forger attempts to get Yor and Anya ready for the interview, but when he thinks they won't succeed in the mock interview, he plans a family tour to different cultural places to help them better understand what an upper-class family is like. The tour of cultural places sounds like a complete failure, and the family go to the park to relax a bit. There, they see a robber stealing from an elderly woman. When Forger captures the robber with the help of Yor and Anya, an elderly woman remarks that the Forgers are a nice family. That evening, Forger performs a second mock interview with better outcomes and reassures himself that the operation still has a chance if they have convinced the elderly woman they are a family. When the interview day comes, Forger shows up at the elite private school with all their preparations. The interview panel observes the Forgers and other parents to assess the family's class and morals. While evaluating the families, Henry Henderson, the housemaster of the elite private school, Eden College, thinks the Forgers' family to be very sophisticated and elegant. He puts the Forgers to the test with a few demonstrations, which the Forgers gracefully handle. The Forgers finally make it to the actual interview, where they present in front of the interviewers and prove their family values. When everything seems to be going well during the interview, Murdoch Swan, the former headmaster's son, asks Anya personal questions about her real mother and causes her to cry. Forger cannot take it and shatters the table to express his rage. He exits the room, and despite being aware that his actions would cause Anya to fail the interview, Swan's improper inquiry makes Henry feel bad about the Forgers, and he hits Swan to make him regret what he did. The Forgers have a lot of strain at home because if Anya fails, Operation Strix will collapse. Anya will have to return to the orphanage, and Yor's marriage contract will break. After passing the stressful days, the day arrives when Eden College announces the admission results. Henry tells the Forgers that Anya stands first on the waiting list, despite failing the interview. The Forgers wait 3 more days for the announcement of the final list, which comes out with Anya getting admission to Eden College. The family celebrates Anya's admission and fulfills her desire to rent the castle and reenact the scene from her favorite show, Spy Wars. Operation Strix's initial phase is over, and the next step is making Anya an Imperial Scholar in order to sneak into the school's gathering and find Donovan. Anya must do this by obtaining 8 Stella Stars while avoiding collecting 8 Tontrius Bolts, which are the equivalent of being expelled. While out shopping, Yor stops Anya from being kidnapped and offers to teach her self-defense. On the orientation day, as a backup strategy to get Anya to become friends with Damien, Desmond, Donovan's second son, Forger secretly arranges for her to be in the same class as him. However, during the school tour, Anya becomes friends with Becky and attempts to make friends with Damien, but things go badly and she ends up becoming Damien's rival. All day, Damien keeps bullying her, but when she doesn't take it anymore, she strikes Damien in the face, which costs her a Tontrius Bolt. The following day, Anya feels bad for bringing up the fight, and Forger tells her to apologize to Damien at school. Anya tries apologizing to Damien at school, but Becky pulls her away. Meanwhile, Forger is snuck inside the school and is watching Anya make sure she apologizes to Damien. Anya frequently falls asleep in class since she doesn't like studying. Forger is disguising himself, pushes Anya to apologize to Damien, but Becky won't let her do so. During the lunch break, Forger disguises as a waiter, makes Becky separate from Anya, and Anya takes the opportunity to apologize to Damien. Damien feels his heart begin to melt for Anya, but he quickly runs. Finally, the Forgers' plan to make Anya apologize is successful. After school at home, Anya finds it difficult to complete her schoolwork, but she makes an effort to be a good daughter, and Forger likewise tries to be a good parent. The next day, Yuri, a secret agent for the Ostanian Sedate Security Service, SSS, questions a wise informant within the city council and visits Yor in the evening. Yuri is very attacked by Yor and finds it difficult to accept her marriage with Forger, so he bombards Forger with inquiries in an effort to catch him off guard. When Forger notices that Yuri is employing a pattern made by the Ostanian Intelligence Agency, he concludes that Yuri is an SSS agent. Yuri observes that the couple acts awkwardly after holding hands. He demands that they kiss in front of him and threatens to dissolve their marriage if they refuse. Both hesitantly try to kiss each other, but Yuri can't stand her kissing Forger in front of him and tries to interrupt them. Yor also can't do this and slaps Yuri, using full force making her do so. Yuri misunderstands that he was trying to stop their kiss. That's why Yor slapped him. He gets mad with Yor's marriage, but leaves home by threatening Forger not to make Yor cry. Later that day, Forger realizes that Yor is unaware of her brother's occupation. However, to check that Yor is not part of any secret agency, he puts the listening device on Yor's collar. During the whole day, Forger keeps listening to Yor through the device, but in the end, it makes it clear that Yor has nothing to do with any secret work. Moreover, Forger and Frankly also disguise themselves as SSS agents to get information from her, but she clears their doubts. Forger gets satisfied and breaks the device he previously put on her. Anya and Damien both hear a rumor that the most valuable player in the forthcoming dodgeball competition would receive a Stella Star, Anya practices the game with Yor and learns some tactics. On the day of the game, the athletically talented Bill Watkins faces Anya and Damien's class, eliminating everyone except them. Anya remains to stand at the end of the game using her telepathy by reading Bill's moves. Damien gives up his chance to earn the star and receives his father's approval by putting Anya's safety above his own. Anya, the final player left, attempts to make the winning throw using her skills she learned from Yor, but remains unsuccessful. In the end, Anya and Damien's relationship doesn't get any better, and the rumor of the Stella Star turns out to be fake. Anya's test results come out, and Forger, after finding them, pushes Anya to study more. Anya messed up reading the mind during the test, which makes her score low. When Forger finds Anya less interested in studying, he gives her free time by indulging her in other activities, but Anya seems bad at her work. Forger then brings Anya to community service. This is the only way to earn Stella Stars. However, Anya messed up with her volunteering work at the hospital, enraging the nurse and forcing them to leave the hospital. While they are leaving, Anya reads the mind of a boy drowning in a pool. She rushes towards the pool and jumps in to save the boy. To save the boy's life, Anya finally gets a Stella Star. She even wears the star at school and makes Becky call her Starlight Anya. During the lunch break, while talking to Becky, she thinks of giving Damien a dog in order to be friends with him. Anya shows her desire of having a dog to her parents, and they agree to reward her for earning a Stella Star by fulfilling her wish. Forger continues to get side missions on top of Operation Strix every day. After getting tired of the missions, he goes home and overhears the lady next door discussing Forger neglecting his family. Forger plans to take the family to the aquarium to distract the neighbors. Even though Forger is overworked, he chooses to go outside for Operation Strix. Forger is given another side task at the train station. He must restore the chemical weapon hidden within the penguin at the aquarium. When they arrive at the aquarium, they discover that their neighbors are already there. Forger makes an excuse to buy the drinks and goes to investigate the penguin. He disguises himself as an aquarium worker and picks the desired penguin to restore the chemical weapon. Forger somehow manages to receive the chemical weapon and makes the neighbors suspect vanish by buying Anya a giant stuffed penguin. Finally, the facade for Operation Strix has been repaired, but Twilight is absolutely done with all the overwork. And that will finish this recap of the first season of Spy X Family. Thank you for watching.